Local police chiefs and civil rights leaders are speaking out about what happened in Minnesota. News Channel reporter Scott Sheehan explains how they're working with the community to make sure this never happens here.
It should not be happening in 2020.
Central Coast leaders voiced their concern after a Minnesota police officer killed George Floyd while arresting him.
Martin Luther King, where he said, our lives begin to end the day that we become silent about things that matter. And that really prompted my statement, and I'm sure many other police leaders.
Both the San Luis Obispo and Santa Barbara police chiefs released statements following Floyd's death. Each had a similar message. This shouldn't have happened. Santa Barbara Police Chief Lori Linnell said in part, "I believe this to be the responsibility of all police leaders, whether the message is to defend unpopular actions of police officers, or, as in this case of George Floyd, bring attention to harmful and hurtful actions by officers whose poor decisions tarnish the profession." The president of the Santa Maria chapter of the NAACP says the video of Floyd's death sickened her, and it's an example of racism that should not exist in our country.
Everyone should be treated with dignity and respect. No one should be treated better. Everyone should be treated equally.
Retired FBI investigator Dan Payne spent 31 years investigating violent and civil rights crimes. He says, based on what he saw in the video, there was no reason for the officer's actions.
If you're being suffocated, if your ability to breathe is being compromised in some way, you're going to be struggling to try to breathe. And that was what I was seeing in the video, not that he was trying to struggle against the officers.
All four say the community needs to come together to end racism. As for the police, both San Luis Obispo and Santa Barbara chiefs say training and building a connection with minorities in the community is the key to preventing this from happening here.
We have open dialogue. When we all first started meeting in 2017, we didn't understand each other. We didn't understand all of the challenges faced by marginalized communities, the fears, the needs, and our marginalized communities didn't understand policing and the complexity and difficulty of policing in today's world.
In Santa Barbara, I'm News Channel reporter Scott Sheehan.